Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's. It sounded impressive to me, but the weasel didn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still, I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh, yeah? And what are you going to do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in cold blood, right here in the street, without thinking twice.
He's got his gloves on. I can't do it. Right, we must have to just talk to the Lady Piermont. She was willing to help.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
There we go. Yeah, very unsubtle, aren't they?
I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewellery for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
He's really mincing the walk.
Over to you, my dear.
Well done, Lady Piermont. We have a key. I have a key. He sure does. Right, we should be able to get in here now. Can I just use the key on there?
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Oh, there's no connecting room. Door, sorry. No connecting door. A wardrobe and a bed stand.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe. There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Is camphor what they use for keeping moths away? We both did the same thing. Okay. It's just the smell of the wood then. I've got my laptop set up now so I can have other stuff running around it. Just to speed my main computer up a bit by not having so much stuff running.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Jonah mentioned that. You mentioned earlier about onions on the chat. Onions belong in a bedside drawer. We saw an onion seller going past on his bike, and Dronon's put up that comment. You obviously remember this game really well.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Not kidding. I wonder. You I've never heard about the flowers in Just in Dreaming either. Your work here is done. Oh, we've got a spammer. Can we not just... I haven't
There
heard
was
of the
nothing in the
tour.
wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Yeah. Definitely not. Oh, the window. Right. We can look at the window. Maybe we can climb along the ledge. I'm still thinking about the onions. Whoa. A genus of 9 species of poisonous vespertine flowering plants belonging to the family Solanaceae. Thorn apples. Devil's trumpets. I haven't heard of them. Oh, they do look like trumpets as well. Poisonous. Right, we're going to try and sneak along here. Okay. Oh, I have no trouble falling to sleep. It's if I wake up in the middle of the night getting back to sleep. That's the problem. Oh. Why's one door got a red bit on it and one's got a yellow handle? Nothing hiding up here? No. Oh, we've got another bedside stand. Let's have a look in.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Ah, I've just had a thought. Maybe this is the room he's under, but he sleeps in the other room. Which is why there's the smell of onions in the bedside table. This bed doesn't look as though it's been slept in, but it's maybe been made up.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Oh.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Oh, what we got in here?
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
There was something in there. There's two things. I've got 2 dots. Definitely got 2 dots.
The closet was a solid...
Yeah, you've said that. Are we missing something? Nothing up top. Why have we got 2 dots on the... Is it just because that's the door? We're closing it again. And we're not taking the briefcase. There was nothing in it.
The bed was freshly made.
Okay.
It was Khan.
Uh-oh.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Oh, he's going to hide in the cupboard. I can see you peeking out.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
They're very muddy, aren't they? Is there anything in the pockets?
A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch.
Can we not cut that? Can I use my special tool, my massive?
I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Use the key to rip along like I would normally do.
I couldn't do that.
Well, I would have.
A strip along the side, then sewn back. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty.
Oh,
I
right.
flipped the pants over.
Oh.
I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end. The pocket was empty. I found nothing in the pocket.
That was quite a neat bit of animation, wasn't it? What's
I
that?
pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
Oh, that would have opened up the seam.
I turned the pants over again.
There.
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
It's been a really well animated game so far. So what we've got here?
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Hmm. Okay, so we found quite a lot there. I still want to know about the onions. Why would he have onions in his in the bedside drawer? I wonder if he knows where this club is.
What now, monsieur?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
I better not show him the card. Or
Does
maybe.
this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, we still got the card. But he's not going to let us see the safe, is he? Yeah.
Hello again.
When I come out there, I want to say.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Hello again. Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't.
Who's the old man of the mountains? It didn't find anything. Alamut. A region in Iran, including western and eastern parts and the western edge of Alborz. There's a famous castle.
Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Well, that wasn't much help. Right, let's
Thanks for
go
your
talk
help.
to Lady
Goodbye.
Piermont.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
Lady Piermont to the rescue. Does she keep slipping her dress off the shoulder or something when she goes over? Is she picking
Did
it
you
up?
place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Is she going to help us with the two gangsters? Because we probably can't leave here with that paper, can we? Because they'll find it. I'm going to save it again, because I think this is the bit that Dronon meant.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
This is what Merlin was so keen to hide.
Really? Well, that fuss for a sample of wallpaper.
It's some kind of manuscript, and it looks to be very old.
If I was you, I'd keep it well out of sight until you're clear of this place.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I could roll it up and put it down my pants.
No, that wouldn't do at all. You'd attract far too much attention.
That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
Oh, I thought she was going to help us hide that. Right, let's go try and go out.
I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Could he maybe do it for us?
Hello again. Have you ever seen this old manuscript before? You know what it is, don't you?
You are in great danger. Put the manuscript back and leave here.
What's going on?
I can say no more.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
I wonder if the concierge will let us out the back.
What now, monsieur?
Do you want this manuscript back?
After all the fuss it caused? No, you keep it.
How are we going to get out? I thought she would have helped us because we had the symbol of the tooth.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Maybe we get a chance to use that buzzer on them.
I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript.
No.
It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Where can I put the manuscript? Why don't I hide it in the room? In the bedside table? Nowhere else to go here, is there? Can we drop it down somewhere?
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Yeah, let's have another look out here. Was there a drain pipe maybe? That's the same room, isn't it? There's the door, the locked door. We came round this corner. Yeah, it's the same alleyway.
The cobbles of the alleyway looked very distant and very hard.
So can we go further along? Or can I just drop it?
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Right. We're on the same page. I still want to electrocute the thugs.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flap.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir. You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh yeah, maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez, so the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
It was, wasn't it? Earlier you missed, we had another encrypted note we had to decipher. It was the same code as before. But, it was the same cipher code, so it didn't take too long to decrypt it.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Yeah, it was exactly the same code, but it did take a wee bit to figure it, get it going from the start. But I did remember that there was it always started with a name, the first word, because whoever was sending the message. So I went with that in the end, and it got it decrypted quite quick. Are we looking for a clue here or something? Why are we getting sparkly noises? Oh.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Yeah, we know that.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either. There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again. Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Kroon Museum. I'll give you the address.
Okay.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Dronan was saying this. I mean, this is the director's cut version I'm playing, and they recorded lots of extra lines for Nico in that should have been in it in the first place, which is why the sound sometimes differs.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, "I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do."
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
So,
Are you sure you've never heard of Thomas Merlin?
Positive.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Don't want to. We've already looked at everything. There's nothing else on there. Right. Can I not come back out? How do I get back out?
There's a guy working.
Am I going to have to look around everything
There's a
again?
between. A night with a night through my. There's a but the reflection. There's a but
Nope,
the ref.
don't click on there. Right. We're out.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Krun Museum.
Museum? Yeah. I need a quick bio break and I might grab some coffee, so I shall be right back. Okay, back again. I get my headset back on. Right, we're off to the museum. I was playing some more Valheim last night, trying to build a harbour dock area for my ships. I wasn't very good at thinking up a design, so I did sort of look up other people's designs and try to copy something from there that I liked. Right, we can go there, or we can go there. I have to say Valheim is one of my favourite games of the past year. It's just a very... It's quite... You can take your time at it, I think. It's a survival game. You can go in and do whatever you like in it. Big words. It's just a very enjoyable game. You just log on it whenever you feel like it and just do a little bit and slowly progress through the different technology levels there is. Yeah, there's boats. I love the boats. I've only got a raft and the smallest sailing ship just now. You get a bigger sailing ship later on. But the sailing mechanism's really good. And oh, I remember this. I remember this bit when I first played it. Yeah, I think they're probably static ships. They probably just build them out in the water to make it look like they've got a big battleship. I mean, you can build anything you like. The actual ships that move are the pre-designed ones. I mean, the weather effects are just superb as well out on the ocean and that bit, and you've got to watch out for serpents attacking your ship. I do have a harpoon now, so I can
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
try and pull
Are
it
you
to shore.
Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it there. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
I think that's what makes it unique, is its art style. It's really nice just to walk or run through the woods. It's been really well done. There's quite a good it's technically that, yeah, you can have up to 10 players, I think it is, on a server. So yeah. was I going to say? I was going to... I've forgotten. You can join random servers. Yeah, people leave their servers open, or you can lock them down. So you could just log on to any server you like that's not protected. PvP is consensual. You have to switch on your PvP flag. And you can help each other build things, and so it's not a massively multiplayer online, since you can only have 10 people at a time. Yeah, what I was going to say, you can if you don't want to like ruin your server world by chopping all the trees down constantly. Each world is completely random. Yeah, procedurally generated. You can actually like create a single player world, and you can take your character into that, the same character you're using to play on your online server, and you can chop trees down to your heart's content, and then log off and log back into your other server, and you've still got all your stuff on you. So that helps quite a lot, because I don't like I didn't want to deforest the entire area I was in. You can't plant trees again.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Yeah, you could be a real jerk. You could do a lot of damage. You do get wards that you can put inside your camps and your bases, so that you can only allow certain people into that area to do anything, to build or destroy anything. Yeah, and it's still in early access, so there's a massive Home and Hearth update coming at some point, so there's a lot more to do in your base, a lot more things to add. And there's a new biome coming as well at some point.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not.
So you can play about on a single player, a local world if you want, and then to see how things go, and then you can log onto our server at any time as well. I say all the details for our server on the Discord, so it's a lot of fun.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
You can all go sailing on the same ship as well if you need to team up for doing things.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
He's not very helpful.
Thanks for your help.
And dying on it's not a major issue either. You can you drop all your stuff and you end up back at your base, so you just have to go and grab it again. You lose a bit of skills that you can rebuild.
A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
So that opens the window. Can I open the window? I've opened the window. Yeah, you really just have to start slowly and build up gradually. I can now make stone floors and that. That's just a new thing. He's closed in the window again. Is he? I really like...
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod picture on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
I really like the building method they've got in it. Very easy to do. And what's this totem?
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us!
I don't think I tried to touch this.
As
Oops.
I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay.
Right, so that's everything. So I need to open that and then get round, don't I? Quick. I don't have anything. No, I wonder if I use that on him. Can I use that on him?
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Spoil sport. Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
If anybody's watching and doesn't already follow, a follow would be greatly appreciated. Helps the channel out. You also get to use the stream avatars that are on the bottom of the screen there. Right, we need to do this window now while he's not looking, and then head out, I think. Can we go around the side? Oh, I thought we could go... No, we need to go to the burger bar then. No? I thought we could go to the burger bar. Let's go back here. So what else is there? There's nothing much here. That's the way out. We can't go around the side of the building. He's closed the window again. Oh, I never saw that. Oh, we could hide in there.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
What if we distract him? Knock that over. Yeah, it must be because the times that you're on watching here? You've been trying to get it back again to normal, or? Why can't I go over there? I can't do the window again. Why can't I do the window again? Yeah, it takes a while to get back to normal time.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Our son is well, he's the same. His sleep pattern goes all to pot. He's up most of the night playing with his American friends. But he's getting his COVID vaccination on Monday at lunchtime. So he's trying to get his time sorted so he can go to that. Oh.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John D.
Who's John D?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
D was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
But whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
I used to be the same as well. When I used to play Meridian 59, it was all American servers and a lot of Americans on it. You used to have to stay up late. And if you had to join raids on EverQuest as well, you had to stay up late.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
Ah, they sure did.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Yeah, because it went by the... Did Warcraft go by the time of day where the servers were based? Yeah, full real time. I can't remember which server we were on. Alshal Nereb rings a bell. But I think that was a European server. Pretty sure it was a European server.
Do you know anything about the...
No, sir.
The sign on the tripod says
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The
19?
bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
Yeah, it got really quiet, didn't it? At certain times of the day on the servers. And then you could hardly move at other times.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to party. No.
We've
They
heard that.
assume.
Whereas...
Of course not. Not
Right.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
So how are we going to do this? He's not letting us open the window anymore.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us!
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Watch out! You... Watch out! Watch out!
Right, so you can only do that when it's over there. He won't let us do the window anymore. A bit confused now.
Watch out!
And that didn't work, did it? I don't know what to do. Can I use that on it? Set fire to it? There's no matches left, is there, though? Oh, I just thought of something. Can I put the electrical thing on there? No. What's that for? That's something went. Why are we getting the noises as though something?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, monsieur. No et no.
Okay.
Okay. Might have to go somewhere else first, I think. We're not getting anywhere here. Let's go talk to... Let's go... Go back to see Nico's apartment, say.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Lobineau?
No, he wasn't there. I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marne.
I have heard of Loch Marne. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram. excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marne. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marne must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's dam is important, why don't you visit Loch Marne?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The 2nd week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, I don't really know what to do this again. What's the tripod?
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
No, come out. I have to look at them all.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
But the reflect and the night through my no.
No.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Where are we going to go to? Oh, the airport. We can go to Ireland. A few hours later.
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marne. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
There's no Irish music. Mark Devitt's.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
It's always like to get the beer casks in.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of the picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run. From me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what
That's
your
some
dad
sob
and
story.
son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year. What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom o' Loch Man.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No
Welcome
fear.
back.
I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but me legs had lost their stuffing.
We are over in Ireland now, trying to track down this, where the tripod came from. Okay. How you getting on with it?
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
Sometimes things just don't look the way you imagine, is it? Even after you've drawn it.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you